MiniWarGaming's Warmachine League Battle Report Season 3!
Hey Warmachine Hordes players, we are back again for another Warmachine Hordes League Bat Rep. And today, again, we have Nick and Dustin. And they played one game, probably will show up last week, because this will be on the normal site. And they are changing up their armies, however, for this game. Yeah, so Nick, what are you bringing?
I brought Cygnar this time.
Okay, Cygnar, and I think I saw it over there. It has a bit of a different paint scheme, eh?
Oh, it's a completely different paint scheme.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool looking, I think. And what did you bring, Dustin?
Menoth.
Menoth. All right, so we're all Warmachine factions for this one, no hordes. But these guys want the achievements for changing casters and changing factions. They get the Questionable Alliance achievement for faction changes and full stable, which I think you're at the first tier, but once you get to 5 casters, you get to the second tier of it.
I'm actually at tier 4 of my list. So.
Oh, it's a tier 4 list as well, so Fear the Tier. He gets the have a list that is tier 4 exactly. You can't have a tier 4 and get all of them. If you have a tier 2, it needs to be specifically tier 2. So he's getting the tier 4 achievement, but we'll show you the lists and then we'll go through. I think that's probably all the achievements. We have the scenario set up already. We'll show you that in just a second. The armies as well. They are playing at 35 or 50 for these ones, guys?
35 again.
This is 35 again? Yep. All right, so they're going 35, but more models than they played last time. A few more than 7.
Not too much more on my part, except for maybe the choir makes it look like I got more, but other than that, it's pretty much okay.
Okay, and how about you, Nick?
Oh, I got more models this time, because I actually brought a unit this time.
Okay, good stuff. So we got some more models on the table. We'll show you all that stuff in just a second, so stay tuned for another game of Warmachine Hordes. Here's Dustin's Menoth, and he is changing up his faction, so he has already earned himself then a Questionable Allegiance. The first tier by playing 2 factions in this league. So why don't you go ahead and explain what you have in your army here, Dustin?
So I brought the Harbinger along right here.
Alright, that 10 focus caster.
Yeah, she's going into tier 4 in this list here.
Okay, so another achievement unlocked also for Dustin, Fear the Tier. That is the one for getting a tier 4. Yeah. And exactly tier 4.
Yeah.
So you want to explain quickly what your tier benefits are by bringing a tier list for Harby?
So tier 1, I get +1 on my starting roll for the who goes for a second.
Okay, which we haven't done yet, so we'll see what happens there.
Tier 2 allows me to bring additional paladins over, or not, sorry, additional paladins. For every unit I have, I can bring additional paladins over the field allowance, and for each paladin, I can place a wall template.
Okay. So you're only getting the wall template basically because you do have 1 paladin over there, I see, right?
Yeah, I'm going to choose not to use it though. You don't have to do it.
Okay. There's already a lot of terrain on the board. Yeah.
So that's for tier 2 and 3, and then for the last one, for every heavy I have, it's -1 point without a range weapon.
There, it's 1 cheaper. Okay, so you get a little bit more in for your 35 points.
Yeah. So
and what do you all have in our battle group then?
Battle group, I have 2 Crusaders, 1 here and 1 over here.
I went the wrong way with the camera, but
sorry.
There we go. No, we got it.
I should have put them together, but you know I like making your job difficult.
That's all right. I know.
I also have the Castigator here.
Okay.
And Revenger.
Very nice. And is he an Arc Node?
He is an Arc Node. I think this might be the 2nd time I played with him.
Okay.
And I own like multiple ones.
Very cool.
The Avatar I have over here, he is not part of the battle group though.
Cool, yep.
He is his own battle group because he's kick-ass.
A lot of people who know Menoth know how devastating he can be. At minimum, he'll always have 2 focus, but he could have up to 4.
Yeah, he generates his own.
So you may get the achievement if you can activate him with 4 focus on him. That is an achievement, so we'll see if that happens.
That's the plan. And over here is a full unit acquire.
Yeah, with 5 jacks back there, a full acquire is a good idea.
Yeah, and Vilmon over here because he's part of the tier.
The character paladin, right?
Yep.
All right, very nice, and that is Dustin's 35 points of Menoth. Here we have Nick's 35 points of Cygnar, and he has also changed up his faction for the first time. So the first tier of Questionable Allegiance by bringing 2 factions is unlocked by him. Very nice. And who is leading your army today?
Everybody's favorite Cygnar caster, E. Haley.
Haley, too.
As you can see, my paint scheme is completely different than normal.
Yep. He's got that kind of more Merc style, dark green color scheme going with the brown. It looks quite nice. So they would kind of look more like there's some sort of mercenary contract of Cygnar, but Cygnar brings a lot of mercs, so it kind of works.
So then in her battle group, she's got her personal Jack Thorn.
All right, and he is an arc node as well.
Yes, he is.
But he also has that special ability, I believe he can arc even while engaged, right?
And if I arc a spell through him, he gets to make an advance.
Very cool.
And then, of course, bonded to her is her big buddy, the Strormwall, and his storm pods.
Right.
And as people on the camera can see, he's crushing an avatar. Painted exactly the same as Dustin's, just so I can show his dominance.
I know it's going to be a secret, but I think you kind of have to call that shot. I don't know. I just think because of the way it's modded, I think that you kind of have to call it. But we'll see what you call. You don't have to.
And then, of course, she brings her with herself her journeyman.
Yep.
And her squire.
Very nice. You always need the squire.
Especially with Haley.
And that is the journeyman that has like the 2 spells, the arcane shield and...
The other one doesn't matter.
And the other one doesn't matter. Just
arcane shield.
All right, and you got a unit here too.
I'm bringing Cygnar's second best unit behind the Boom Howlers, which are mercs. The Forge Guard, which are also mercs.
Yeah.
And I find it hilarious I'm playing more dwarfs than Dustin did.
Nice, because you have 10 models there, and he only played 6.
And those are my dwarfs.
All right, so very nice. 1 achievement unlocked for Nick, and that is his 35 points of Cygnar. Here we have the battlefield for this game, and you will see we are playing the Into the Breach scenario, scenario 11. So for this scenario, we have a large circular zone on this side, and if you can dominate that zone, you get yourself 2 control points. Controlling that zone gets you 1 control point. Over there we have a flag. You can only dominate that flag, no controlling it, but if you do dominate it, you get 1 control point. 2 objectives here, one's friendly, one's enemy. The one further away from you, the enemy one, if you do destroy it, you get a 1 control point. And those control points have the effigy Valor, which means that if a friendly model is within 4 inches of that control objective, the objective, they are giving inspiration to all models in their command range, which means all models in their command range are fearless, effectively, as long as the objective is not contested. And again, you cannot destroy those objectives until the second player's second turn. No kill box again for this scenario. There was none in the last game we played with these guys. None here again. And we have their deployment. So when they rolled to go, even with the +1 roll, Dustin lost the roll, so he only got to choose to go first because Nick chose side. He liked this side over here. So for Dustin's deployment, he has Harby planted right behind this big forest. Got the choir members kind of spread throughout. One of the Crusaders back here. Another Crusader in between the Avatar and the Castigator. And it's the Revengers up there, kind of also behind the forest. Over on Nick's side, his Cygnar. He's got Haley at the back of her army, behind all of the Hammer Forge. Is that what they're called again? Forge Guard. They wield hammers. Giant Strormwall, which is the model that is bonded to her, which is usually a good thing. So that's the Colossal on that side. We have Thorn over here on the right side of the army, and the Journeyman and Squire following up behind those Forge Guard as well. So it'll be Dustin going first. We'll get to his turn 1, see what he can do. Dustin rolled for Avatar's Focus first, and he only gets 2 this turn. 3 + 1. Dustin then is allocating 1 focus to the rest of his jacks each, and she will camp still the other 6, I believe, after that.
6, yeah.
Harby will be going first.
She's just going to move up right here, not quite touching the forest yet.
Okay.
Stand behind it.
Sounds good. Crusader will now activate with his 1 focus.
He's going to slam the choir in the back here.
All right, so I think that Dustin's going for a bit of an achievement here.
I've already measured the 3, so I know he's good.
Yep. In his deployment, so he's going for the slam, paid the 1 for it, so see if he can hit her in the back.
It's in the back, yeah, it's back strike too.
So +2 to your mat.
So my mat will be 8.
And it's 12?
Yep.
But you miss with Snake Eyes.
Is that an achievement?
Nope, because it wasn't a guaranteed hit. So he misses the slam, but he still succeeds at doing a slam power attack because he attempted it and he made the distance. It only is a failed... If you fail to do the slam power attack if you don't make the distance, so as far as achievements are concerned, we're saying it does count as long as there was a model you made it to and made the slam attack.
Okay, then I'm happy. That's okay.
Castigator will now activate.
He's going to spend his focus to grab this guy and he's going to attempt to throw.
Okay. So if you guys haven't figured it out yet or looked at the book, there is an achievement called Athlete, which it means in one game you have to do a throw, a slam, a trample, a push, and a charge.
Yes.
And so he's attempting to do this all turn one, some of the stuff on his own models. So here we're getting the throw.
Okay. So
is that what you're doing?
Oh yeah.
All right. So we're gonna see if he can grab him, basically, if he can hit him with the throw. Hitting him in the back again, so he goes to mat 8.
Mat 8. So
defense 12. So looking for a 4. That does connect.
Okay.
So now they're gonna have to do a strength test against each other.
Strength.
And he has 2 open fists.
Yes, he has 2
so this
open
is going to be 2d6 plus his strength against 1d6 with acquired strength. I don't think he can fail.
Yeah.
No, you can't, because the acquired's only got a strength
way
of
more
6,
than enough.
which
so you
is...
gotta pick a target.
All right, so we're gonna pick a target and then do the throw.
The 4.
So Dustin measured it out. The guy will travel half of his strength with the two-handed throw, and that is 5.5 inches. So it's to that point. However, he was targeting basically a guy over here, which is way too far. So it'll deviate from that area there. So the number, that one there, is going to be the direction. So it's going to go 1 inch to the 1. So forward an inch from that intended point of impact. That is where the choir member lands. He gets knocked down. He takes a strength damage roll from the castigator, and the strength is already over the armor of the choir member. So he would automatically die.
Yeah, it's 11. His armor's 12. So with 2 dice, it's going to kill him.
You can't fail.
Yeah.
But with hitting that warrior model, non-character warrior model, with a power attack throw, he actually unlocks an achievement right there, excessive force. So that's one achievement for him, but
he didn't even know.
And he didn't even know, but he got it anyways. And now instead of letting that guy die, he is going to use martyrdom from his caster to keep him alive. So he stays alive, but she takes D3 damage. She takes the full 3. The Revenger is now going to go, and he's going to declare a charge against that choir member.
We'll charge with the shield.
Beating his own stuff up. Charging with the shield, so you have to face directly at the end of the charge towards the model.
That's a stupid spear there.
And see if he can hit.
2 dice.
Because he's knocked down, he is auto hit, and with a charge, even with the shield, he can't not kill that choir member. So he is just going to choose to martyr him back to life, taking 2 damage on his caster. Avatar will now activate. He's got that 2 focus on him that he generated himself.
He's going to spend 1 to trample.
Okay, so he just picks a direction, tramples his full speed. What is plus 3 inches?
Yeah.
What is his speed?
Speed's 5, so that's why it's his 8 right now.
Okay, so trampled forward 8 inches, and that counts as a trample for him. The Crusader will now go. He's going to turn towards that choir member, and he's going to declare a push, and just push him. And because it's a friendly model, you do not have to hit with a push, you just successfully push him an inch. And you can choose to follow up that inch or not with your model.
That's alright.
So you'll push him an inch, and that's it. So with all of his jacks going and all doing power attacks, that is an achievement for Dustin. He has unlocked Athlete, and he did all of them in 1 turn on his own stuff.
He said couldn't be done.
He just had to make sure that that slam actually he had a slam attack roll against somebody. But he did it, even though now it doesn't give him great board position, but it is done. 2 achievements unlocked. Vilmon will now activate. He will advance forward, forfeiting his action to put up impervious wall? Something like that.
Impervious wall, I think.
But what does that do for him?
Cannot take any damage except from magical attacks.
Or magical weapons.
Or magical weapons.
Okay. Yeah. Choir will now go. The guy who says, "Why is everyone on my team hitting me? Am I that bad at this game?" So he stands up, forfeits his action just to move, and the other ones are going to get a run order.
Yeah, which they're going to be really far.
Just running themselves into some better position for next turn. There's the table after Dustin's turn 1. Hit a lot of his own stuff, but it was pretty entertaining to watch. So he got those 2 achievements. Now we'll move on to Nick's turn, and we'll see what he can come up with. Just wanted to clarify really quick, this Crusader over here that pushed, it does auto hit. However, they did have to do a strength test, but it was impossible for him to fail. It isn't an auto push. You still need a strength test, but at strength 4 compared to strength 11, I think they maybe could have tied. But we rolled it out, and it's still off camera, and the push happened. So just in case people are noticed that, hey, we didn't do a strength test, we did it off camera, and it's all good. Nick is allocating 1 over there to Thorn, and he's allocating 4 over there onto his bonded Strormwall because it can have up to 4 due to the bond. and he'll camp the other 3, and you can see there's 3 that the Journeyman starts with. The Forge Guard will now activate first.
They're gonna run their mighty speed of 8.
Ooh. They are dwarves. Now you know their pain. Speed 4 can only run 8. So they're gonna run up for some better board position. There's their final placement, and any of those guys that are base to base with a friendly model, they have defensive lines, so they get an extra 2 armor. Thorn will now activate.
He's going to move right up here.
Okay.
And he is going to make a push power attack on that Forge Guard.
Okay, so he's going to push. Auto hits with the push. However, we have to see if he can pass a strength test. What is the strength on Thorn?
Thorn's an 8.
Okay, and the Forge Guard?
It's a 6.
Okay, so we'll do the Thorn first.
Thorn's the gray one.
So he only gets a 9. Oh, but he rolls a 1 with the other die, and he only gets a
7.
7 then.
Yeah, so.
Alright, so the push is successful. He pushes him up to an inch into the guy in front of him, and Thorn is going to follow up. And that unlocks an achievement for Nick, although it isn't that impressive, but anything you can do is the name of the achievement, and it just requires you to do a power attack that your opponent did last turn, and Nick had lots to choose from. I mean, the whole line is anything you can do, I can do better. I don't know if you did that push better, but hey.
I followed up.
Alright, so that's an achievement for Nick. Squire will now activate.
He's going to run up.
Okay. Running up behind Thorn. Journeyman will now go, advancing up behind his stone wall there.
He's going to pay 2, cast Arcane Shield onto the Forge Guard.
And what does Arcane Shield give those Forge Guard?
Plus 3 armor.
Alright, plus, and what does that bring their total to then while they're base to base?
21.
Very impressive. Haley 2 will now go.
She will pay 3, cast Temporal Acceleration onto her Strormwall.
Okay, and what does Temporal Acceleration do for the Strormwall?
Plus 2 speed.
Okay.
And gives him an extra attack.
So at the end of his attacks, he can take just 1 more for free.
Yep.
And
so with
what is that speed now at?
That makes him speed 9. He's base 5 plus 2 for her bond, which is plus 2 speed.
Right.
And then this makes him speed 9.
And that's why the Stormwall is, well, is really dirty with Haley. It's dirty anyways, but...
And then she'll advance her 6.
Behind the wall.
Up behind her wall.
Okay. Then the Stormwall will activate.
Giving me another achievement.
Oh yes, that's right. We did talk about this earlier, but it happens now. There's an achievement. It's called, I believe, Warbeast Wannabe. It requires you activating a Warjack that has 4 or more focus on it. So that requires either a bond or something like the Avatar, which we might see Dustin get that if he can roll right.
Oh god, my rolls.
But yeah, if you can activate a Warjack with 4 or more focus, you get that achievement. There's his final placement on the hill, precariously balanced, and then he is going to take a shot with his big gun over at this choir member.
So it's short.
Range 14. So it's going to come up just over here. Is it an AoE?
Nope, it's just short. I just kind of wanted to measure.
Just kind of see where you were at. So automatically misses and no deviation. Then with the 2 side guns, he, instead of doing shots with them, he can do covering fire. So he gets to place 3-inch AoE templates within his shooting range. Do they have to be completely within?
Yep.
And that is 10 inches? 9 inches? Okay.
10.
Or 10? That makes more sense. Not many things are 9, if anything. Maybe in Convergence or something weird like that. Not even then, they're prime numbers, so they'd be 11. And those templates, you take a POW 12, or is it an automatic 1 when they enter them? What kind of damage does that do?
I can't remember. It's been so long since I played a Strormwall.
Well, they do some damage if you enter them.
That's it.
They are POW 12 if you enter them. There's the field at the end of Nick's turn 1. Moved up, got into position, got it as himself an achievement. 2 achievements actually, just to show that Dustin, he could do the same thing. 2 achievements in his first turn. So now we're going to move on to Dustin's turn 2 and see if he's going to actually head for the enemy now instead of his own friendly models. No. Seeing how much focus the Avatar gets, only 2. Dustin's going to allocate 1 focus to each Crusader and 1 to the Castigator, and then sit on the other 7. Harvey will be going first.
And she's going to cast Purification for 3.
Okay, so Purification, I know it well, but what does it do?
It removes animi and upkeep spells on any model in her control area, which is this nice big 20 here. So the Forge Guard, and I don't know if the Stormwall has anything.
Stormwall has Temporal Acceleration on it, so yep, that goes off. Oh, okay, so that doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, it's not an upkeep. So
but that upkeep on the Forge Guard is gone, and any upkeeps he had would also go away, but he doesn't have any right now, so it does not matter.
And I'm also going to cast Crusader's Call.
Okay.
I don't plan to run.
For another 3, and Crusader's Call, what does that do, Dustin?
It gives me +2 to my charge threat range.
On all models you have?
All models in my control area, so...
All friendly faction?
All friendly faction.
Okay.
And then with the last focus here, I'm going to spend that to heal 1 point of damage.
On her body?
So it leaves me with 19 more to go.
Okay. Very good idea. And is she moving anywhere or just sitting tight?
No, she's pretty comfortable, so I'm going to leave her stay.
Okay. Castigator will go. He has 1 focus.
He's actually speed 5 unlike most of my jacks, which is impressive, I guess.
So he's moving forward?
He's going to spend 1 to give this little fellow a push, since they gave pushes over there. I got to show him up.
Oh, yeah. So, because if Dustin wants anything you can do, he has to perform the same power attack as an opponent.
Exactly.
And that's the only one that Nick did. So it auto hits. Let's see if he can pass the strength test, though.
A quick question to Joel.
I don't think it can fail, right?
Is that a back attack?
It is, but it auto hits, right?
Well, that gives me my 3rd back attack. That's all I was going for.
Oh, I'll have to see if it's an attack, a back strike. I don't think it's a back strike because you're not actually rolling. We'll check.
So we'll say this guy's going to be for the Castigator, and this guy's for the Choir. And again, I couldn't fail it anyway. So.
Exactly. I think with a 6 and a 1, could you? Maybe.
No.
No, not even then. Yeah, because he's only 4. But we rolled it anyways.
Just for you guys.
All right, sounds good. So push succeeded, and he unlocks the achievement. Anything you can do. Vilman will now activate.
He's going to forfeit his action for Impervious Wall, or whatever Joel called it.
Impervious Wall. Yep. There is an R in there.
I was naming it the wrong thing, so it's the I there for that.
So again, no magical. Anything but magical will not hurt him. Crusader on the far right. Dustin's far right will go.
I'm going to spend 1 to run because they're pretty slow. So
Speed 4, 8 inches. Running up next to those boxes.
There we go.
Crusader then, spending his 1, also going to do a run. Only 8 inches, but he needs to get back in the fight. So there he goes up next to the Avatar. Choir will now activate.
I'm just going to be careful here. So this guy's just going to move over just a little bit like so.
Okay.
This guy is going to move back this way here. This one will move up.
And what are they calling out this turn?
They're going to do passage, actually.
Passage?
Yeah.
You want to explain passage?
And this guy is going to go here. I'm sorry?
You want to explain passage?
Yes, they cannot be targeted by range attack that is not from a magical source. So if it's a magical weapon, it's all good.
So pretty anti-magic. Between all your jacks and Vilman, you need a lot of magic to do anything to them, pretty much.
Essentially, yes.
All right.
So this guy here, instead of casting it, so is this guy a passage? Yeah,
you had 5 guys, you have 1 left over.
And he's going to make a backstrike attack against this fella here.
Okay, so we were checking it out. Pushes are not counting as backstrike attacks because they're not really an attack. So he missed with his slam. He only got the charge so far, so he really wants those 3 backstrikes, so he's going to make a swing with his choir member. So he just has to hit here.
I need a 6 though, however, and luck has it I probably will miss it.
Even with the +2?
And of course I missed it.
And you fail.
Yeah.
Revenger will now go.
He's going to stay real close to the side of this guy, and he's not going to go up that far, so he's going to touch the forest probably.
Just towing in the edge of the forest?
Just towing there.
Okay, so for 2 defense versus shooting.
And
then the Avatar will go.
He's just going to move up a little bit into the zone.
Towing into the zone.
And just for funny's sake, I'm going to do I have Menoth, which makes all models that activate within 8 inches of him, which will be none, have to advance just towards him.
Okay, so that's good for future reference.
Yeah.
But it is really nasty, I know. It kind of sucks people towards the Avatar so they can't go out other places. And there's the battlefield at the end of Dustin's turn 2. So at least he was moving in the right direction with most of his models this turn. Still trying to attack them though for those achievements, which is neat to see. Only Dustin. I said Dustin's going to come in. He got Mage Hunter last league. He's going to come in and just see how many achievements can I get, even if it doesn't help me with the game. And he's doing pretty well so far. So on to the Cygnar turn 2 for Nick. And we'll see all of his upkeeps, or the 1 upkeep is gone now. We'll see what he decides to do on his turn. Nick is not going to allocate any focus, holding on to all 8 currently on his Warcaster. Forge Guard will activate first because they're in the way. And they will run their 8 inches and get not very far out of the way. Staying base to base with some of them for +2 armor. There's their final placement. Thorn will now activate.
We'll just walk up.
Just behind the Forge Guard again. Haley will now go. She's going to move her 6 over the wall behind her friendly objective, which does count as a large base model, so it does block some line of sight to small bases, provided you can't see around the sides. And is she going to cast anything, Nick? So she'll pay 2.
Cast Deadeye.
Okay, on who?
Through the Thorn onto the Forge Guard without their attacks.
Okay, so what does Deadeye do?
Gives me boosted attack and damage rolls on the first range attack I make every turn.
Okay, so they don't have ranged attacks, but he's casting it anyways. I think he's trying to cast all the spells on his card, because there is an achievement for that.
And then because I casted it through Thorn, he gets to advance 3 inches.
Right, so you'll advance him 3 inches into the zone, just towing the edge. She will then pay 3 more focus.
Cast Deceleration.
And who's she casting that at?
It's on herself.
Okay.
Everything in her control area gets +2 defense and armor against range attacks.
Is that including enemies or just friendly models? Okay, so +2 defense and armor versus ranged. Pretty nice, actually. She will then pay 2 more.
For telekinesis.
Okay, and she casts that on herself and moves herself back 2 inches. Journeyman will now activate, also moving out from behind the wall.
Make Dustin pay for arcane to get rid of my arcane shield again.
So an arcane shield over there onto the Forge Guard.
Yep.
And that is the current Deadeye is not an upkeep, even though it's not an upkeep token. So it does not expire. You're allowed 1 upkeep and 1 normal non-upkeepable spell. So both of them can sit there. Nick's just going to change out the marker for it. Strormwall will now activate, moving himself completely on top of that hill. And while he's on a hill, it allows him to ignore almost all bases because he's elevated, which is pretty nice, unless they're within 1 inch. And that's only if it's other Colossals within 1 inch. So he's got a good view of the board right now. He's then going to try to take a shot at range 14 at the Squire, and he's coming up just short by about 1 inch or so. No deviation. He'll use his side cannons there for the covering fire templates and place them down within those guns' range. And POW 12 damage rolls to any of Dustin's models that enter those on his turn. And he's placing them right there in front of Vilman.
Won't bother.
Finally, the Squire is going to move up just a little bit, keeping up with the rest of the army. There's our battlefield at the end of Nick's turn, and he did not get too many attacks off at all. We have not seen much action yet this game. These guys are taking a little bit to get to each other, and not the fastest. But we're moving on to Dustin's turn. We may see some action this turn. He's getting closer. We'll see what happens. Allocating focus to the Avatar. And I'd say that is not cocked enough. I would say you can take the 5. I think it was a 5. Would you agree, Nick?
Oh, let him have it so he gets his achievement.
Alright, so he gets the full 4 focus over on the Avatar. Dustin's just going to allocate 1 focus to the Castigator and camp the rest on Harvey. Revenger will now activate first. No focus, so he's just advancing forward his speed and towing into the friendly zone. Or the zone. It's not a friendly zone, just a zone. Harvey will now activate.
Just gonna spend 2 for Fear of God and cast it through the Arc Node.
Through your Arc Node.
These guys here.
And what does Fear of God do, Dustin?
It makes them not be able to run or charge.
If you hit with it?
If I hit with it.
Okay. We're just going to back that up. Just before Dustin did the roll, he realized actually he's going to not, he's going to lose the upkeep he puts on them if he doesn't purify first. So he's going to purify first for 3, and then he's going to cast through there. So purify is going to remove other upkeeps, which one of them, Deadeye, was just the one, and that's the only upkeep. It was just the Arcane Shield. But this way he will not lose his own upkeep, which he's now trying to cast on the Forge Guard. Anything but Snake Eyes will land this because of the massive focus 10 on Harvey. So it hits for sure, and then some. So they are definitely affected. What was it called again? Fear of God?
Fear of God, yes.
Alright, so that upkeep's going to go on them. She will then pay 3.
3 for
Crusader's Call again for that free charges from stuff in her control.
It's not free charge, it's +2 to their movement.
That's what it was. That's what it was. +2 movement on the charges. Then she's going to advance forward.
She's going to tow over this way, and then she's going to feet.
Okay.
And then she's going to spend the 1 to heal again.
Okay, so she's healing herself for 1. And you want to explain what her feat does?
Any enemy model that advances and ends their movement closer to her than they began suffer a POW 14 fire damage roll.
In her control area, which is 20 inches. 20,
and even if they're out of it and they end in it, they
still counts. So that's going to be most of Nick's stuff. Choir will activate now. They are going to advance slightly into better positions. And which hymn are they singing this turn?
They're going to battle, I think, this hymn.
Okay. They are actually going to sing the hymn Passage again, so they can only be targeted by magical ranged attacks.
And then this guy that's got a free guy, he's going to try the backstrike.
Try for that backstrike again for that achievement.
He's only a 10 this time, so this time I only need a 4.
All right, and he does it! Now see if you damage him.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You might!
It's POW 6, armor 19, no damage.
No damage. Oh, I don't think you can.
No.
6 and 19? Avatar will now activate, and as he activates with 4 focus, that unlocks an achievement for Dustin. War Beast Wannabe, just like Nick got last turn, activating him with the 4.
He's going to spend 1 to charge the guy with the green hammer sticking up there.
Okay.
And he makes it.
Gets the distance. He does have reach as well.
Yes, he does.
So you had lots of, if you wanted to be back, you could have. So that's, gets the distance on him. See if he can hit. Only Snake Eyes can miss here. Doesn't get Snake Eyes, that's good, and I think they are currently no Arcane Shield, so they are only armor 18.
So it's POW 19.
So it's automatically a kill. No tough?
No tough.
Alright, and with that swing, Dustin also unlocks Call his shot. He actually said he was going to kill that particular Forge Guard model, the one with the big green hammer, with his avatar. And so with that swing, he succeeds and gets that achievement.
And now with the sword, it's got flame burst, so each model 1 inch away are lit on fire.
Okay, yeah, so make sure we know where he is. So we'll see what's within 1 inch of that guy, which I think will be all 4. So they'll all be, they're just lit on fire, no actual roll yet.
It's all 4, Dustin.
Okay, it's all 4.
Yeah, all 4. Okay, so they're all on fire.
The side of that.
Which will affect them next turn if they're still alive. Avatar is going to use his shield then to hit the 1 to his left.
Double 1s again.
Anything but double 1s to hit. Hits. And the shield's power.
13.
So dice minus 5. And it's enough for another kill. He's going to buy an attack with his sword against that one back there. Hits. And I believe
19, so yeah.
It's auto kill. Yeah, 19 against armor 18. And those last two now go down. They're armor 16 actually because they are not base to base anymore with a friendly model.
And I'll buy another attack on this far left guy.
Far left over there. Anything but double 1s, and it's automatically enough damage just to auto kill. And the last one.
I will actually spend that for Menoth's Gaze.
Okay, so that's what he cast last turn, although it didn't matter. It will matter this turn, though. Anything that's activating within 8 inches of that avatar has to move towards the avatar. It doesn't have to be directly towards, but they do have to end closer than when they began, if they move. Crusader will now activate, advancing his mighty speed 4 into the zone, and sitting tight. Castigator.
He's going to spend his focus to run.
Probably a good idea. He's pretty far behind at this point.
And if I get through that gap, which, yes I can.
Okay, and he's going to end about there. Vilman will go, forfeiting his action to get Impervious Wall again, and it just advanced forward. So because he can only be damaged by magical weapons, those AoEs do nothing to him, and he gets into melee with some of the Forge Guard. Finally, the Crusader will go. No focus on him, so it's just a 4-inch advance. Right beside that forest. That's the end of turn 3 for Dustin. He didn't manage to get any control points because of that one model contesting over here in the zone of Nyx. However, he did manage to wipe out a decent number of those Forge Guard with his avatar while netting himself an achievement. So pretty good over there. So we're going to move on to Nyx turn 3 now and see what he does in retaliation. We're just going to check fire first on those two Forge Guard. On a 1 or a 2 it goes out. It goes out on that one.
Goes out, and the closer one
does not, so a POW 12 on him. He's armed 16. And that should be enough to kill that one. Nick is also going to pull one of the focus off the Squire. He can do that up to 3 times in a game, so that's the first one. Thorn will now activate.
He is going to walk up to the avatar, taking a POW 14 from her feet.
Oh, yeah.
That he didn't mark, so I don't think he should get it.
You do have to mark your feats in 2014, but we have camera proof that he feated. So a POW 14 plus 9, 23 altogether against whatever his armor is.
18.
So he takes 5 damage.
You call him 1.
Thorn needs a 3 to hit. Hits. Armor 19 on the Avatar.
21 with shield.
Oh, plus the shield, which is 21 against, what's the power of the spear?
13.
So it's going to be dice minus 8. No damage.
Really?
Forge Guard will now activate.
He's going to go here.
Moving slightly over, so no charge or anything.
I can't charge.
Yeah, because of Fear of God.
So this guy.
So we just have to make sure we pay attention whether or not they move closer or further from
That guy.
from her.
So far they're a bit
I think
further.
they're all moving
I
further.
was going to
so
say
far.
they're all moving
Yeah, they
backwards.
have been moving.
He's just going to move himself. Still moving further away on that side and moving further away. They're staying in melee, so no free strikes. And that's all of their movement. So
Yep.
now we'll get on to some melee swings. Where do you want to start, Nick?
These three versus him.
Okay, we'll start on the one that's on fire on the far side. They need a 3 to hit.
So first guy.
Hits, but it is dice minus 10. However, they are weapon masters, so 3 dice. No damage with the first guy. Next one on the Avatar, he hits. Dice minus 10. No damage. And the third one on the Avatar hits. Can he do any damage? He does none with exactly a 10. So now we'll move over onto Vilman. However,
do him
he can only be damaged by magical weapons, which they do not have, so no damage to him. Squire will activate, moving
He's gonna
between
move
the
here.
Journeyman and Haley.
I'm going to do a fire damage roll against him.
Oh,
Probably
crap.
is moving into the control area. We'll check that out. This is going to be dice damage here. 6 damage to the Squire from from Harvey's feet, and that kills the Squire, which is not good news for Nick.
Yeah,
He
we're-
forgot about it, and that's pretty crucial to his turn, I think.
What was your...
Journeyman Warcaster
No.
will activate.
Yeah.
Oh, Haley's activating, sorry.
She's going to pay 2 to cast... iPod. Lightning Bolt or whatever it's called. 12 inches. Arcane Bolt. At
That's it, Lightning
Vilman.
Bolt.
Arcane Bolt at Vilman.
Okay, and he is engaged, so she is trying to hit him while he's in melee. Nick is boosting to hit here because he's looking for a 9. And he misses with an 8. Because that missed, it may hit one of his own friendly models, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3 here, and 4, 5, 6 over there. It is
the
1, 2,
closer
3,
one.
so it'll be the closer guy. She is in his back arc, so he's defense 10. She goes up to a 10. However, he is engaged as well, so he goes to a 14, so he needs a 4 to hit as her own guy, and she misses. Wow, very good. She's going to cast it one more time,
5.
not able to boost it this time, looking for a 9, and misses with an
Rolled
8.
again.
So we'll go again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The far one.
The far one, which he actually has no line of sight to.
If he
He
missed.
missed again with his roll, but he has no line of sight to that one, so it would auto miss him anyways. Finally, Haley is going to feat, and in her feat, she is catching the Revenger, the Avatar, Vilman, and one Crusader over here. And you want to explain what her feat does? It's quite devastating if you can catch a lot of stuff in it, even without.
During your opponent's next activation phase, enemy monets activating and forfeit either their movement or their action during their turn. And I choose the order they activated.
Yes. So it's pretty powerful, especially when you catch everything, but those 4 models, they'll have to forfeit movement or action, and then Nick gets to choose when they go. Strormwall will now activate,
He's going to pay 1 to charge.
and he has 4 focus on himself,
Yep. He charges over at the Avatar.
and then turns to face directly, and he's probably there within reach, and he moved at least 3 inches for the charge bonus. Strormwall needs a 4 to hit here. Hits, armor 21 on the Avatar,
Dice minus 1.
20 power 20 on the fist. First roll, big roll. It's doing a total of 12 damage to column 4. Second fist against the Avatar. He hits. Again,
Boost
dice
damage.
minus 1. He's going to boost the damage roll here. Ooh, big roll again, 13 damage to column 1. With that swing, he also takes out the shield, dropping the Avatar's armor down to only 19. Stormwall buys another attack. Hits.
Boost the damage.
This is going to be dice plus 1 now. And he rolls for a total of 10 more damage to column 2. And in true fluff or modeling fashion, the Stormwall does kill the Avatar. Nick did call that shot, but he already has that achievement. He did it just for fun because the avatar is underfoot, and he does manage to kill the avatar, so wreck marker left behind. We also forgot POW 14 damage roll on Strormwall. Probably won't cripple anything, but Boxcars is a good roll. What column are we doing that to?
Oh, yeah, that's me again.
Column 1.
Roll 1.
And then roll side as well. 1, 2, 3 will be left.
So it was 7 damage to column 1.
Journeyman will activate. Paying 2. Arcane Shield over on Strormwall, increasing his armor by 3, making him very, very hardy. And there's the table at the end of Nick's turn 3. He got some work done by killing that Strormwall. With the Strormwall killing that avatar. However, he did lose his Squire, which increases his control area and would have allowed him rerolls on missed attacks. So now we're going over to Dustin's turn 4. He is under the effect of Haley's feat. While I'm trying to say this, Nick is very upset because he forgot something. I don't know what it is, but...
I haven't dropped a storm pod all game.
Oh, he forgets his storm pods. Okay. Don't forget that, viewers. If you have a storm wall, remember your storm pods because they are good. So we're going to go now on to Dustin's turn 4 and see what he can come up with. Dustin's allocating 3 focus over to this Crusader. He's allocating 2 to his Revenger. And then he's going to upkeep Fear of God over here on these last remaining members of the Forge Guard for 1 and camp the rest. No Avatar anymore to roll for Avatar Focus. So the models that are currently, 1 second there Dustin, the models that are currently in Nick's control area get activated first because of Haley's feat. And Nick chooses the order, so he chose this Crusader first, which it looks like Dustin has just advanced forward.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I was.
Vilman will go next. He, as per Nick, he has to forfeit his movement or his action.
And I'll forfeit the other one and get the Impervious Wall.
So he gets no movement, no action, and still gets Impervious Wall. Revenger will now activate, moves forward, forfeiting its action to get a movement, and sits there and does nothing with his 2 focus.
Yeah, I forgot he was in the feet.
Choir will now go. They're going to shuffle around to get better position and probably sing a hymn. He will cast Battle onto his Jacks, which gives them...
it's +2 to attack and damage rolls.
Okay, very nice. Crusader will now activate. He's going to charge there at Thorn. Definitely makes the distance, cost him 1 of his 3 focus, and he'll make some swings. Looking for a 7 to hit with the charge attack here because of set defense. So he's boosting, and he hits. Luckily he boosted.
Yep.
So he just enough, and this is going to be power and strength.
It's
20.
Yes.
That's with the battle. So dice +2. Big roll. 16 damage to column 6. With that swing, the movement and the shield are taken out, so he is now hit on anything but snake eyes, and also his armor drops down to 16. Punching with the fist. Hits. Power on the fist.
POW is going to be 16 after battle.
So this is dice damage. For another 8 damage to column...
Sorry, Joel.
2. And with that, a wreck marker is left in his place. Castigator will now go, moving himself up into the zone.
Right there.
Harvey behind the tree there now is going to go.
She's going to cast Cataclysm on this choir guy here. Or, not Cataclysm. Guided Hands. I'm sorry. And,
Stop
for
killing
2,
your own guys.
And then for the last 2, she'll heal herself another 2.
Okay, and what does Guided Hands do for that unit? Even though it doesn't really matter, it's just to get
gives
the spell.
them boosted attack rolls on their first attack.
Okay.
Attack.
He's doing it because he just has 1 more spell to cast, and then he's cast all spells on his caster's list for an achievement.
Which is Cataclysm.
Yes, which is Cataclysm. That's all he has to cast.
Targeted any.
And that's the end of Dustin's turn 4. Pretty successful turn, taking out Thorn even with Haley's feet up. Luckily his stuff was far enough back that he could still be pretty effective with it. Usually when you get everything caught in there, you have basically not a turn at all. But Nick still got his big Strormwall, a few members of the Forge Guard, so we'll see what he can do on his turn 4. Also, 1 control point over here for Dustin because he is controlling this zone. He destroyed Thorn, so that nets him 1 control point. We'll check fire on this dwarf. On a 1 or a 2, it goes out.
Oh, wait, that was the
I'm
one
going to say it already went out.
That was the one that went out, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't know why it's still on.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. 1 went out and 1 died.
We just didn't move it off.
We didn't move it off. You're right.
And
the Journeyman will upkeep the Arcane Shield over here. And Haley will give 3 focus this turn to the Strormwall. The unit of Forge Guard will activate. They still have that Fear of God on them, so running and charging not a possibility. So they're just going to advance around at their speed 4 and see what they can get in range of hitting. All those wreck markers are rough terrain. They can move through it, but at half speed. These three then will make their melee swings at the Crusader. The other two just shuffled around Vilman. Can't really do much to him, so we'll start on the left-hand side over here. Crusader is defense 10, I believe.
Yes, he is.
All right, so what do they need to hit then, Nick?
3.
3. First one hits. No charge. He is a weapon master.
Dice
Power and strength
8.
11. Yep, dice minus 8. First swing, not too bad. It's going to do 5 damage to column 1. Second guy in the row, looking for a 3 to hit. Hits, dice minus 8. And he managed only 1 damage to column 3. Final Forge Guard making his swing, looking for a 3. He hits, and now dice minus 8 for the damage roll. Not too bad. He gets 3 more damage to column 4. Haley will now activate.
She is going to charge Vilman.
Okay, so charging over here at Vilman, she does have a magical weapon.
Speed 9 with reach.
Right, so she's going over that hill. Might have to you might have to put in a proxy base. She needs a 7 to hit Vilman with her weapon, melee weapon. So boosting to hit.
Armor. 16.
Hits. And armor is 16.
About 13.
So dice minus 3, but it is a charge. For 7 damage to Vilman. And that's enough to kill him.
He's only got 5.
Haley then is going to pay 3.
To cast Domination onto the Crusader here.
Okay. And what does Domination do?
Take control of target warjack, non-character warjack that has a functional cortex, make a full advance to warjack, 1 normal attack, then Domination expires.
Okay, so anything but Snake Eyes to hit. Range is good.
Hits.
Definitely. So he gets to make a full advance with that Crusader and 1 melee attack.
So he's only speed 4, right?
Yes. Nick's moving the Crusader over to here, turning him directly away. It's too far away to hit the choir, so no attack, but does get it kind of away from her. Strormwall is going to activate, moving forward slightly into that wreck marker.
Up to here.
Okay.
Gonna kill both.
Yeah, you will.
He reaches the Crusader over here, so he's going to use his right fist on the Crusader first. Hits defense 10, so he's looking for a 4 to hit. Hits, POW 20 against arm 19, so dice plus 1. For a total of 6 damage to column 4. He's going to use his left fist against the Revenger over there.
Light too. So I need a 6 to hit him.
Hits, and is the shield still good?
19, yep.
So 19 armor, dice plus 1. For another 8 damage there on to column 1. Nick will choose to use the Electro Leap on this one because the closest model is the choir member. He can choose to do it or not, so he will in this case.
Takes a POW 10.
And it's a double 1s.
So dice minus 2, and it will kill that choir member. Buying another attack against the Crusader over there, looking for a 4. Hits, dice plus 1. Ooh, 13 damage to column 5.
That's a good one.
He's going to buy another attack against the Crusader. He's only got 4 boxes left, but still has his movement. Hits anyways.
Dice plus 1.
Yep, so he's looking for a 3 to kill, and he gets it. And that is a wrecked jack.
I need a large.
Large base wreck marker. There's the wreck marker. So is he going to buy one more then?
Buy his
against
last
the
one
Revenger?
against the Revenger. 6 to hit.
Miss with double 1s. Junior's moving up into the edge of the zone. Choir then will take a shot at the member behind the wall here, 12 inches. Because they're both touching the zone, it basically makes sense that they're within 12. And it does, we used a laser to see, it does go past that 1 Forge Guard model. But he's behind the wall, so he's going to be defense 16.
I will boost.
Boosting to hit. Alright, the mat on your journeyman, or the rat I mean.
4.
Alright, so he's only 4. So he's looking for a 12 to hit. And he gets it.
Gets it.
POW on the damage, POW on the roll.
10.
So he's anything but snake.
12. Sorry,
12? Okay, so it's an auto
Dead
kill.
choir.
Is he? Because I'm going to martyr him.
Okay, martyring him back to life for 1 damage. And there's the end of Nick's turn 4. He managed to get a lot of work done again on this turn, doing quite a bit of damage on the Revenger and taking out that Crusader. He is now contesting the zone with a few models, so no more points for Dustin. He's got his caster up there to kill Vilman, so they are whittling down to not a lot of models left. We'll see what Dustin can do in reply on his turn 5. Hey viewers, I actually have to get going. I have an appointment. It's getting a little bit later in the day, but Steve is going to take over just for the end of this battle report so that you guys can get all of it. So he knows the format and everything. He's newer to the rules, but I think the guys here will help him out quite a bit.
We'll get through this.
But make sure you point out as many mistakes as you can in his once he takes over. They already post lots for me. I make lots of mistakes too. But anyway, Steve's going to take over for the rest of the game. So stay tuned we're going to finish this up.
All right, so I'm going to start my maintenance phase here. I've got my 10 focus back in. I'm going to give 3 to the Castigator. I'm going to give 3 to my Crusader. And I think I'll just keep the other 4 back here. So I'm going to activate the Revenger here, and he's going to actually move his 5 backwards, and allowing Nick to free strike me if he chooses so.
4 to hit. So it's a hit. Boost plus 1. 7 damage to 2.
So next I'm going to activate my Choir. They're going to move their really fast speed 6 for this faction anyways. And just got to go right behind this one. He'll only move him 3 inches because he's going to be in the forest. And this guy over here is just going to snake around, making it to that Crusader. And they're going to give out Battle. And this guy, however, is going to take a back strike against this guy. So I'm going to... He needs a 6. Got it. It's armor 17 now. But it's only POW 6, so I'm pretty good here. And I'm okay. So the reason why I did that is because before, when I missed that slam, I guess I actually had to make an actual connection with the backstrike, so that's why I did the 3rd time there. Now I finally got my achievement.
You got it!
And called Gone Rogue. So I'm going to activate this Jack here. He's going to make a charge attack just because I'm worried about the rough terrain, and I've got way more than I need to, even with the rough terrain, to make it to the Strormwall, is it called, Nick? I always forget your Jack's name, I don't know why.
Your power on this Castigator.
So I'm only POW 18. I totally forgot to purify off the Arcane Shield, so this is not going to be good for me. I think it's -4. You're 22 right now? Mm-hmm. So yeah, but I am a mat of 8, so I only need 2 to hit him, so double once is a miss. So it hits. It's -4, so it's a charge. I get the additional dice here. 6 damage, and again, like I do it to Joel, I didn't roll a column. Here's the column. To column 4. And we're going to do my... And so it's not double ones to miss. Hits. It's -4. I think I'm just going to go with it. I regret that now. Second attack I'm going to buy with one of my focus. And... Hits.
-4.
Just go with it again. A lot better that time. 7 damage to column 3. Sorry, Joel, I know you're not here, but whatever. Buy another attack. Double ones. Almost. And just go for it again. 1 damage to 5. So Harbinger's going to activate. I'm not going to make that stupid mistake again. 3 off for purification. Takes it away. And I'll spend the one last one to heal my last point of damage. So she's fully healed again. And she'll end her turn. So I'm going to activate this Crusader here. He's going to have to roll really good. Nick just informed me he's got 35 hitboxes. So I'm going to just hope for the best here. So let's go at it. I'm going to swing the mace first.
Stop every time.
So it's double ones to miss again like always. I'm mat 8. He's a defensive 10. So double ones. I'm good. This time I'm POW 20 and he's down to 19, I think. So it's +1 this time. I'll just roll it. 8 damage. God, I always forget that. 8 to 5, Nick. Second attack will be my fist this time. Double ones. Good. It's only POW 16, so it's -3. This time I'll remember the column. Not bad. 6 damage to 5. I'll buy an attack with the mace, obviously. Double ones to miss. I'm good. It's +1. Oh, that's bad though. 4 to 1. Buy my second one. Double ones. Good. And it's +1. Not bad. 10 damage to 1.
Throw me another column.
Another column for Nick is 4. And my last attack I'm buying here, I need some pretty big roll, I think. Double 1s, I'm good. And Nick, I hope these are double 6s for you. Oops. Almost! So it's 10 more damage to 6.
And there goes the Strormwall.
We're going to put a wreck marker down right now, and I luckily was able to pull that off. The only problem is now the Forge Guard no longer have Fear of God, so they could mess me up a bit.
Why am I not seeing any Storm Pods on the table?
Yeah, Nick, did you forget to put a Storm Pod again last turn?
Shut up, Dustin. So Haley can't allocate anywhere, so she's going to sit on her focus. So the Forge Guard will get the charge. This guy charges 7. So you don't have reach though, right?
No.
So I can get to like there, moving 3 inches just to get the bonus for him.
Yep.
This guy will charge like 3.5 to get to like here. He'll get the bonus. And then this guy will just kind of charge out front. Won't get the bonus. Now I need to see my line of sight, so I can't charge. So he's got to charge at this choir guy. I don't hit the wall. On that satyr. Getting into reach. So this guy versus him, the one that didn't get the charge bonus. 3 to hit. Dice minus 8.
I'm on 19, so it's -8.
No damage.
Okay.
Then the ones behind him.
Yep.
There are 2 guys behind him.
So 3 to hit. Hits. This one's 4 dice damage.
But still -8. So it looks like
7 damage to 5.
7. Okay.
On the castigator.
Okay.
Then the last one. Hits.
And it's -8, so 5 damage to 5.
Wow, those are bad rolls.
3, 4, 5.
Satyr.
Okay.
Good. Hits. -8. Those are good rolls. 2, 7, 11 damage. 2. Sorry, what? 5?
That's not. It's not castigator anymore. It's Crusader.
Crusader. Sorry.
Alright, looks like both jacks lost their right arms. Alright, one more tackle here. It's the choir.
Hit. Hits. Charging weapon master power 11. Choir's just murdered.
He's evaporated.
I think it's just gone then.
It's gonna move speed 6. He is going to shoot this choir guy.
Boost a hit.
No, I'm gonna roll this one.
Needs an 8. And he
Hits.
does it.
How 12?
And he's dead.
Alright, the Journeyman's gonna cast Arcane Bolt at this choir member.
Boosting to hit.
Boosting the hit.
I need a 9. Got it. It's POW 12 as well.
Harbinger is going to take a martyr. So she suffers 3 points of damage. Just keep that model alive. We love that.
She is going to move over here, face to face with the flag.
Alright, Haley's gonna cast Time Bomb here at the Crusader. Alright, it's 10 to hit, boosted.
I'm also engaged and have cover. That's why I'm an 18 right now. And
So it
he
hits?
succeeds in hitting.
We're getting both of them.
Yep, both jacks will be connected by it. And what exactly does it do, Nick?
-2 speed and defense for 1 round.
Okay. Armor 19 to a POW 14.
I will boost the damage. Dice -5. 6 damage to 6 on the Crusader.
Alright, the blast damage can't hurt the castigator, so that's that. And Haley's got the achievement for casting every spell on her card.
So next round there, he did a little bit of damage to my jacks.
Not enough.
Yeah, took out the right arms though on 2 of them, which is not going to make me have good POW. Also time bombing, which -2 speed, I think you said.
And defense.
And
which
defense,
isn't
which
gonna
doesn't matter to me, no. But
And
he is controlling his zone area, the flag
Correct.
over there. So,
Dominating the flag, so I
Yeah.
got 1 point.
so he's up to 1. So we're both at 1 right now, and that does concern me over there. So I've decided to give one focus to the Revenger here, and that's all I'm going to be giving out for focus.
I'm at exactly 3.
And yeah, we'll see how this goes. So the Castigator's here. He's going to go over here just a little bit, and he's going to say, he's going to combust. It's going to be a special ability. So all models within 2 inches of him,
all or enemy?
which are, it's all. So including my own Jack. It's going to suffer POW 12 damage roll and also be lit on fire. Alright, we're going to start, we'll start with this guy and then move to the 2 in the back. So the first guy, POW 12, he's only armor 16 because he's not base to base anymore. So he's definitely going to be toasted.
He's gone.
The guy over the top there, also lit on fire, dead. And the last fellow. I'll roll that one. So
what's the POW?
12. Also dead. Now to my Jack, it's POW 19, so this is going to be -7. Takes 1 point of damage. Again, I did not roll a column. To 3.
Alright, so we got the Crusader took 1 point of damage and took the fire continuous effect, and the 3 guys around, they're just gone.
Next up will be my Revenger here. He's going to charge the Forge Guard here with the green mace. So he's going to go, and he's going to land right here and turn and face him with my Halberdier. So my mat is only going to be 6. Let's see the powerful charge, but it doesn't matter. I only need 4 anyway. So I hit him. The POW is 13, and got
Dead Forge Guard.
Dead Forge Guard.
Yank him.
Which is now going to force Nick to do a command check.
Command check for the Forge Guard. I need a 9 or less. So they're still playing. Even though that one guy's gonna die.
He's going to activate and just move the 1 inch because of Nick's stupid time bomb.
You actually moved more than 1 inch there.
But there you go.
Because you were here.
Yep. Well, I wasn't quite there. I was right there.
So an inch you can't. Because you can't go over the wall and stop. You could have to go an inch straight, and you don't get into reach.
That's fine. So right there.
And so you weren't not mean.
Nope. So Choir's going to activate next. They are going to.
I thought they battled.
No, they didn't battle. That was last turn. They're actually going to just advance right now. I was going to charge, but I'm worried about something Haley can do. So they're going to move up. Right before that, this guy's going to go here, and this one's going to go over here. And they're going to give out, I think it's called Barrier, Shield Barrier, which prevents them from being shielding. It prevents them from being targeted by magic.
Mark it.
So now my Jacks cannot be targeted by magic, which is what I was worried about with Haley casting, I think it's Domination you called it, Nick. I just thought of that, so I figured best to have that ability out there. So Harbinger is going to activate next, and she's actually just going to run. So she's going to run right over here and get into the zone, just towing it.
Alright, with nothing to allocate, we're moving right on. Alright, Forge Guard's going to activate.
Forge Guard's gonna charge. He can only charge 3.5, which will get him the bonus against the Crusader. 3 to hit. Hits. Do they have a
Yeah, they have critical smite.
So that was a crit, so they have critical smite, so I'll slam him D3 or D6 inches directly away from where I am. So it'd be 4, inches, so I can only go 2 inches.
Yep. Which will collide straight into.
You keep going because you go with a full 2 inches. Too.
I do. Well, I'm hitting the wall is why I'm stopping.
Oh, did you hit the wall and the choir?
Yep.
All right, so you hit the choir and the wall. Charging Weapon Master Dwarves, plus he hit a wall, so I get an extra dice. So that's rolling 5 dice damage achievement. Dice -8 on that Crusader.
We got 16 damage to column 1.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So he's dead.
And your choir guy dies too, because it's POW 11 collateral damage.
Oh yeah, he's definitely. Let's see something.
Martyr him.
Yeah, I'm going to choose to martyr the choir. So I take 2 points of damage.
Take a look at the Harbinger here. And he is knocked down. Haley's going next.
Move up to here. She's gonna stab him with her spear. So I'm actually at 8 because I started in the Revenger's back arc. So I need a 4 to hit. It's a hit. I will boost the damage. He's POW 13, he has armor.
Armor 17, sorry.
So dice minus 4.
Okay.
10 damage to 6.
10 to 6.
The Revenger there has 1 box left. And it looks like Haley's gonna buy another attack.
She'll buy an attack on him. Again, still in his back arc.
Movement's also broken, so pretty much double ones.
So I hit him anyways. Dice minus 4, I just need a 5 to kill him. Which I did.
Ooh.
She's gonna pay 2 for telekinesis on herself, 2 inches. Back against the flag. Cast Arcane Bolt at this choir guy just in case he's close enough to contest that flag.
Forward hit with the Arcane Bolt, it hits.
Hits, POW 12.
He is done.
Just gonna remove that choir guy.
Gonna replace him because he is the leader. There you go.
The Journeyman Warcaster is going to activate. He's going to stand still. He's going to shoot at that choir guy, getting the aiming bonus. Need a 6 to hit. Hits. POW 12.
I will martyr him. So 1 point of damage more.
Dream is gonna cast Arcane Bolt now.
At the far one that's knocked down.
That guy over there.
Oh, he is a 3, your base is 7, so
Yeah,
I need
double
4
ones.
to hit. I'm only magic ability 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he misses.
Oh, nice.
So at the end of the turn, I gain another point for controlling the flag. And
Alright, so Nick was able to... First I blasted all his Forge Guard, but I left one alive, which was able to do some damage.
he killed the Crusader.
Yeah.
Haley this turn killed the Revenger here. So
Yeah, so what I'm going to probably try to do here, even though I'm going to tell Nick it's fine, I'm going to attempt to kill this Journeyman with Harbinger. Could have probably used Cataclysm because that's the only spell I haven't cast yet. Take out the last Forge Guard here, and then just play sit back and take 2 points while he's getting 1. And I think that will pretty much give me the game. But
Sounds like a good strategy.
yeah, I think it's going to be okay. So I'm not going to allocate any focus out. I'm actually going to activate Harbinger first. She's going to move over here, staying within the zone. And she's going to cast Cataclysm, which will be my final spell to get that achievement. Which is cost 4 on the little Journeyman guy here. We'll see how far away it is because it's minus damage for each one. Looks like it's about 5 inches away, so it's only going to be POW 15. I will boost that on top of it just because I do have to make sure he dies. So let's see if I can finish him. So it's dice damage here. I did boost it, so hopefully I take him down. And 10 damage, I don't think they have
I
more
got
than
5
that.
life.
I wasn't sure.
Journeyman's dead.
Journeyman. So next I'm going to activate the Castigator. I'm just going to move just a little bit up here. And he's going to combust again, doing the auto POW 12. So it's POW 12, his armor is 16, so I need 5 to kill him. Luckily I do, and take him out.
Who's the last one?
I can activate the choir. They're going to get the run order. I'm going to forfeit this guy's action to stand up, so he can only just move his 6 inches, which should be fine. I'll just move over here. And then next up, this guy will run. He will run. He'll just run right about here.
I did say, excuse me.
So I'm dominating the zone, which brings me up to a big old 3 here. And it's Nick's turn to try to prevent that.
So Haley's all that's left. She is going to advance up to here. Right onto the... She is going to stab this choir guy with her spear. Boosting to hit, need a 6. Hits. You're dead. POW 13.
Boom!
She's gonna buy an attack, boost hit the other choir guy. Need a 6. Hits. POW 13.
Boom!
Cast telekinesis. Move back face to face with the flag. She at least gains me another point for later on.
And then I will grab my
And the
last
game's
two.
over.
Yeah.
So that's it. Game over.
Yep.
The score of 5-3.
Go.
Good. Yeah, it's on.
Oh, it's on? Okay.
I'm recording.
So I guess we'll recap the game. Joel's gone, and so we finished it off here. I luckily snuck it out on Nick. I had to roll good on the... I always forget his name.
Once the
Strormwall.
Strormwall died,
Yeah.
I was done. Like, it was really tough. I had 3 Forge Guard to fight 3 Jacks. I got 2 of them down. The 1 Forge Guard spiked his roll, which was pretty good. But I mean, Haley's over here. Harbinger's hiding behind the wall on the other side of the zone.
My 2 to your 1 is what pretty much.
So he went on scenario. This list was pretty rough because I couldn't shoot at his army the whole time because of passage. Haley's fun. I haven't played Cygnar in a long time, so I probably made some big mistakes.
I think the mistake you made is when you didn't take the POW 14 damage, and because you had all the focus on it. You should have walked up, took the damage roll, and then got all my stuff in the feet, and it would have just crippled
True.
me.
Like
So
I said,
I was happy.
the
when
fact
you
that
did
I forgot to drop a Storm Pod every single turn of the game.
Yeah, that was.
There
pretty
was a
nice.
couple turns where they just would have gotten in the way and would have done a lot. They also disrupt your Jacks when they hit them.
Oh, I didn't know
Not
that.
dropping Storm Pods for viewers is the worst thing you can do playing a Stormwall.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, that sounds pretty big.
Yeah, I didn't realize they did that. That would have been really bad. You could have. Yeah, your Strormwall. would
Pretty
survive.
sure they disrupt them.
No, they do now that you mention it because the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, disruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything hitting that line. So that would have really crippled his army. But that's my fault. I've switched from Cygnar to playing Retribution instead as my second army, so I've kind of out of practice. It still came down to literally Haley versus Harbinger at the end. So we both
Hiding on 2 sides of the table.
My one thing I want to give Nick's thanks to, because he did help me out quite a bit, is when he dominated my Jack and moved him closer to his
Yes,
colossal.
able, yeah.
I was like, oh, thank you very much.
Helping the Stormwall kind of fall
I
over.
didn't think about it. I was hoping I could kill or hit the Revenger at that point, but he was too far away. I forget the Menoth Jacks are only speed 4. Stupid Crusader.
Right.
Yeah, so.
But
But looks like a big pile of wreck markers here in the middle.
Oh man, yeah, that was
oh,
a
it's
lot.
just death.
Just
there was.
Crashed against each other.
We were almost
yeah.
out of wreck markers at that point, so that was good.
I do get an achievement though for finishing the game with only my caster alive.
Yeah, so we
Because
forgot
Dustin won
about
by
that.
scenario.
Alright, guys, we'll come back to you in a moment. We're going to tell you what achievements you guys gathered today. Be back in just one moment. Hey, you're fine. Alright, Nick, so at the end of the game, what did you get at the end of this actual game here?
At the end of the game, the achievements that we didn't get anywhere else was not like the other. Whoop! Brought a list that doesn't share any models like the list I played already. Obviously, since I played different faction than Legion my first 3 games. I also got Bystander. Kill 1 or more models with collateral damage from 1 attack. We forgot to mark it earlier when I killed the choir guy smiting the Crusader into him.
Right into that wall. Yep.
I also got Painted Red, destroy a model thrown or slammed into an obstruction, because the Crusader died to that 5 dice damage roll.
Right.
I got Acceptable Losses, finish the game with my Warcaster Warlock remaining in play. I mean, I lost, but it doesn't say I have to win. I just gotta live.
Just
End the game with just her left. And Haley never died. And that's it for that one.
that's it. So how many did you get this game total?
Oh crap, I didn't count that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more in this game.
8 more? That's not bad at all. Okay. Alright, Dustin, what did you get at the end of the game?
I got a total of 12 achievements. The last 2 that I got at the end of the game was Not Like Another.
Ding
Thanks,
ding!
Nick, because we didn't have the same models in the last list. And the other one was I made no range attacks, because I had no range attacks in my army, and you had to win with making out with no range attacks. And luckily I did pull off the win. So.
Alright.
Yeah, so 10, 12, so doing okay in my achievement.
Not bad, guys. Alright, so that's the end of this game. Right about here, you're going to see a window for the next game over in the vault. Go ahead and click the link and check it out. Or try the 7-day free trial if you're not already a vault member. A lot of good stuff in there, guys.